So what if you could learn the secrets to a really meaningful career, not from some textbook, but from the actual blueprint of a single remarkable life? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to unpack one man's incredible journey to find powerful, actionable lessons for our own. And this is the question at the heart of it all, isn't it? I mean, do you ever feel like your career is just a series of reactions, to a job offer here, a setback there? Today is all about flipping that script. It's about becoming the architect of your own professional life. And to help us answer that big question, we're going to dive deep into the life of Odell L. Brown. His journey from corporate finance to human resources is so much more than just a resume. It's a powerful case study in how to build a career with intention, with purpose, and with incredible resilience. To really understand the man he became, we've got to go back to the beginning. See, Odell Brown's entire philosophy was built on a foundation that was laid way back in his childhood in rural Colfax, Louisiana. He was raised by his grandparents, who were sharecroppers. And his days, well, they weren't just about school. They were filled with hard physical labor, chopping firewood, picking cotton, tending gardens. This wasn't just work. This is where his core values were literally forged. And the source of that value system, wow, it is so powerful. His grandfather, who was his main role model, had only an 8th grade education. But he also had this deep, profound love of learning, and he instilled in Odell not just a work ethic, but a compassion that would end up guiding his entire life. Okay, so that character, forged in hard work and love, well, it was about to face an absolutely incredible test. This next period of his life shows how adversity doesn't just challenge us, it can actually define our purpose. At just 16 years old, using a freedom of choice provision, he decided to transfer to the all-white Campty High School. I mean, think about that for a second. He wasn't just changing schools. He was intentionally placing himself in this profoundly isolating and challenging environment as the only Black male student in the entire school. Can you even imagine the pressure he was under? As he put it himself, he felt like he was always under a telescope. And these aren't just words. They convey this feeling of constant scrutiny and the immense strength it must have taken just to walk through those doors every single day. He faced specific, deeply painful incidents of discrimination, being told to use the back door of a store with his classmates, hearing his own basketball coach use a racial slur in the locker room, and maybe most cruelly, being denied the public honor of a scholarship he had earned at his own graduation. These weren't just setbacks. They were character-forging moments that absolutely sharpened his resolve. So how did this foundation of resilience shape his professional life? Well, he first launched a highly successful career, but then he made a dramatic pivot, moving from what he was just good at to what he was truly passionate about. And make no mistake, he was very, very good at his first career. He graduated with honors in accounting and started at a prestigious firm. You can see the rapid ascent right here, promotion after promotion. By every traditional measure, he was a huge success, traveling the world and climbing that corporate ladder. But then he pivoted. He moved from the world of numbers, compliance, and financial reports to the world of people. He deliberately shifted his focus to college relations and talent development. This wasn't some steps sideways. It was a profound realignment of his career with his core purpose. And the impact? Whoa! It was immediate and it was massive. The summer internship program he founded started with just 6 students. Under his leadership, it grew to host as many as 120 interns. This number isn't just data. It represents 120 careers he helped launch, 120 individual lives he directly influenced. And here's what's so crucial. He didn't just find his own passion and stop there. He built a system to help others find theirs. He spent the rest of his life turning his own experiences into a framework that anyone could use to build a more purposeful career. This quote from Dr. Miles Monroe, this really became his guiding philosophy. For Odell Brown, helping other people discover their purpose wasn't just a job or a hobby. It was the very definition of a meaningful life. And this philosophy wasn't just talk. He built actual institutions around it, leading the Accounting Career Awareness Program for 21 years, founding Project Mail for young boys, creating the Mentoring Powwow for professionals. This is what a legacy looks like in action. He formalized all this wisdom into a concept he calls navigating my career journey. And just look at the keywords here: intentional, managing, progressing, growth, reflection, strategy. I mean, this is the exact opposite of a career that just happens to you. And he breaks it down into 6 actionable pillars. It starts with knowing yourself, then setting a vision and making a plan. But notice pillars 4 and 6, adaptability and resilience, and building support systems. These come directly from his own lived experiences. It's not just theory, it's real life. Okay, so how do we apply this to our own lives? This framework isn't just about Odell Brown's story. It's a tool for us to start writing our own. Let's focus on that 6th pillar for a second: support systems. His framework asks us to get really specific. Who are your mentors, the people who guide you, your sponsors, the ones who advocate for you when you're not even in the room, your allies who stand with you? Seriously, who is in your corner? And this, right here, brings our entire story full circle. For Odell, the answer to that critical question started with his grandfather. The first and most important member of his support system was the man with an 8th grade education who taught him the values that would carry him through every single challenge and every success. So, if you take anything away from this, let it be these 3 things. First, own your path. You've got to be the architect. Second, don't just endure adversity, convert it. Use it as the fuel that drives you toward your purpose. And third, be intentional about building your support system, just like Odell did. And that leaves us with one final powerful question to consider. Look back at your own journey for a minute. What challenges have you faced? What obstacles have you had to overcome? Because as Odell Brown's life shows us, the answer to that question, well, it might just be the key to discovering your own unique purpose.